So I am Mr. Raven Alegria Mendoza, a faculty and student from University of Batangas taking up Masters in Physical Education and Sports Science. So I'm going to present our paper entitled The Utilization of Learning Management Systems in the Delivery of Physical Education Courses. So for the research background, we all know that education is a fundamental right of each person, even in times of emergency and calamities. So when the COVID-19 pandemic started, it caused problems in unprecedented ways, especially in the sectors of education. So schools and universities were forced down, which caused millions of Filipino students to be deeply impacted. So therefore, the education department of the Philippines faced a lot of problems and challenges as the traditional way of teaching falls short in addressing the needs of the students when it comes to providing and delivering quality education in times of the surge of COVID-19 pandemic. In accordance with Republic Act number 7722, otherwise known as the Higher Education Act of 1994 and the Republic Act number 11469, also known as the Bayanihan to Heal as One Act. So the Commission on Higher Education adopted the guidelines of distance learning. So this allows the higher education institutions to review all their curricular offerings and do necessary adjustments or modifications in the program of study considering the delivery and the pedagogy. So also the Commission on Higher Education enables the HEIs to employ various means of delivery and assessment, which is anchored to the institutional objectives. So one of these is the utilization of learning management system. So with the emergence of the COVID-19 pandemic, so the University of Batangas adopted the shift of teaching modality from face-to-face classes to blended learning by using the NEO LMS as an online classroom to deliver the lesson to students. The tertiary physical education is one of the required subjects to accomplish during undergraduate study. So PE is more direct than any other subjects in the curriculum, becoming relevant to a learner's life in and out of the classroom. So based on Article 14, Section 19 of the Philippine Constitution, so the state shall promote physical education and encourage sports program to foster discipline, teamwork, and excellence for the development of a healthy and alert citizenry. So that is why PE is included in the educational curriculum in the Philippines. So through PE, learners can be more disciplined as the activities and tasks demand physical effort. So students achieve self-mastery as they engage in physical activities independently and recognize the need of caring for and maintaining one's health. So physical inactivity is becoming prevalent among the students as the health and social protocols during the pandemic only enables schools and universities to hold online classes. So due to immediate implementing LMS in the delivery of the lessons, students experience various problems in using the platform. So therefore, the institution needs to determine the problems needed to solve for us to give quality education to the students. So that is why we conduct this study. So for our research paradigm, so first box present the focus of the study, which is about the student's perspective on the effectiveness of using LMS in physical education. So this will analyze the different variables such as the course structure, learner interaction, student engagement, instructor presence, student satisfaction, and perceived learning. So second box shows the data gathering tool that the researcher used. So the researchers used an adapted research instrument called the Student Learning and Satisfaction in Online Learning Environment Instruments. And the third box is about the output proposed by the researchers aligned to the result of the study, which aims to address the different problems and concerns related to the effectiveness of utilizing LMS in teaching physical education subjects. So the objectives of the study are to measure student perspective of the effectiveness of using LMS in physical education course. Second, to measure student perspective of the effectiveness of teachers who are using the LMS to deliver learning in physical education course. Third, to identify issues and challenges that students face in studying physical education online. And last is to propose an output for the enhancement of teaching physical education online. So for the research methodology, so our research employed the descriptive research design to describe how the students view the utilization of LMS in teaching PE. So the respondents of the study were 1,051 students of University of Batangas who were enrolled in physical education courses, specifically the PE1 and PE3 in the academic year 2021-2022. So we use simple random sampling in choosing our respondents. So for the data gathering instruments, we use survey questionnaire, electronic survey. So again, we adopted a questionnaire created by Gray and De Loreto, the student learning and satisfaction in online learning environment. So the process, the data gathering process is first we construct the questionnaire and we validate it with the expert. Then we transfer it to the electronic survey through Google form and the consolidation and analysis of data. So to analyze and treat the data, so we use frequency, percentage, weighted mean, and the standard deviation. So for ethical consideration, to protect our respondents, so we use the voluntary participation, informed consent, anonymity, confidentiality, and potential for harm. For the result and findings, so for the profile of the respondents, so again, the respondents of the study were 1,051 University of Batangas students who were enrolled in physical education courses in PE1 and PE3 for the academic year 2021-2022. So most of the respondents are female. Majority of the respondents are in the age of 19 years old. And last, majority of the respondents were enrolled from the College of Engineering. So when it comes to the effectiveness of using LMS in teaching PE courses, so PE students agree that course structure or course organization, learner interaction, student engagement, instructor presence, student satisfaction, and perceived learning are all necessary for using the LMS successfully and efficiently in teaching PE subjects. So therefore, maximizing all factors involved in utilizing the LMS, students could able to learn and acquire skills and knowledge in PE subjects which help them to become physically fit and healthy, creative, critical thinker, and a problem solver. So according to Haryani, using a learning management systems in the learning process promotes e-learning by making instructional materials available regardless of time or location, allowing students and teachers to communicate via the internet and facilitating the exchange of course-related information and resources. So when it comes to the effectiveness of teachers who are using LMS to deliver learning in PE courses, students agreed that the teachers are effective in using LMS in teaching the subjects of PE as it garnered a composite mean score of 4.61 with standard deviation of 1.09. So the students strongly agreed that when the teachers give feedbacks on their assignments and talk about their progress in their course in LMS, makes the teachers effective in utilizing the LMS with a mean of 5.24 and standard deviation of 0.91. So according to Bradley, 2021, instructors should use the LMS to facilitate and model discussions, create online activities, establishing learning expectations, give learners with choices and options, and support learners in problem solving and decision making. So for the academic achievement of students, using the learning management system, so majority of the students receive a grade of 1.25 or 37.11% of the total respondents, followed by 1.5 or 1.50 or 27.59% of the total respondents, 1.75 or 14.75% of total respondents, and 11.4% of the total respondents. And although no one received a grade of 5, so still 1.14% of the total respondents receive an INC mark in PE subjects. So therefore, it shows that the students are still able to get a high grade despite the shift of learning modality from face-to-face classes to online classes. So according to Mandasari 2020, Students who are motivated to use e-learning platforms are more likely to engage and participate to achieve the learning objectives to acquire skills and knowledge. It shows that online learning has a positive impact on students' learning motivation, which in turn helps them attain academic achievement. And for the relationship between the academic achievement and effectiveness of using LMS, so the relationship between the academic achievement has a moderate positive with p-value of 0.017 and an r-value of 0.407, implying that as the use of LMS is increases and makes more effective, so does the student's academic achievement. So FIRAT findings show that when overall study time in the LMS increases, students' GPA scores rise as well. So for the conclusion, so students perceive that using a learning management system to deliver physical education subjects is effective, especially in terms of course structure, learner interaction, student engagement, instructor presence, student satisfaction, and perceived learning. And among the variables involved, the instructor presence is one of the most significant components for the teacher's effectiveness to utilize the LMS in transferring and acquiring knowledge and skills in physical education courses. So the majority of students earned high grades in physical education subjects. However, there is a significant number of students received an INC grade for failing to complete and finish their tasks and activities. Academic achievement of the students has a moderate positive relationship to the effectiveness of utilizing the LMS in teaching physical education subjects. And for the direction for future use, so teachers should maximize the use of LMS so that students can recognize the effectiveness of it, especially during blended learning. Teachers' instructional materials should be creative, age appropriate, and easy for students to understand. Teachers are strongly encouraged to monitor and maintain positive student experiences with the platform in all aspects. And last is giving comments and feedbacks should apply by the teachers while teaching the lesson and must create an interactive and safe online classroom to maintain the communication between the students and the teachers. So that's all po. So thank you for listening.